Hi there, so as you may have noticed, I am out and about. This is because I'm going to hang out with actual 3D people later on, and this is actually the only time I had to film. So, appreciate my dedication. Also, I am aware that there is wind. I am hoping that the wind won't be too much of a problem. This place seems to have marginally less wind, so we're gonna stick with it. Apologies for the boring background. Hi there, Jeff. You will be pleased to know that for once I actually have quite a lot to say in response to your videos, so I'm just going to jump into that. So the first thing you talked about was the conversation flow on Across the 49th, and indeed the internet in general, as opposed to real life. In that conversation on the internet is less natural because there is more time for reflection and for consideration of what you're going to say next. I thought this was really interesting, and it actually made me think of Skype chats. You know, even though we are conversing in real time when we talk in text on Skype, it's still not 100% natural because we still get the chance to reread what has been said and to carefully consider and plan out what we're going to say next. So although it's immediate, there's still kind of a middleman, and there's still a sort of a kind of presence that we present in a Skype chat that is not the same as when we're talking face to face. And so I suppose the closest thing you can get to an actual natural interaction over the internet would be with video chat, but even then that's not 100% natural because you're still, you know, framing yourself and presenting your best side, and the other person can't walk all the way around you and see what's on the back of your head. But it's definitely a lot more natural in terms of immediate communication and responding right away. So yeah, that was what I had to say about that. So the second thing you talked about, Jeff, was how we go online to relive a life that we could be living in actual life. And the idea of an online life is definitely something I've thought about a lot in recent months because I've never got into the internet this much. And especially this summer, I haven't really seen a lot of people in 3D, but I don't feel like nothing has happened. On the contrary, I feel like a lot of stuff has happened in my life this summer, but it's just not stuff that has been tangible, simply because most of it has been online. And I don't think this is a bad thing, but it's definitely a big shift from the way I've lived my life up till now. And especially as I'm going off to university so soon and I'm going to have to interact with actual people all the time, it's really making me wonder both how I'm going to cope, because I think I'm a lot more used to being able to take that step back from the communication now and reread what has been typed and think about what I'm going to say, and obviously you can't do that in person. But also how I'm going to find a balance between all my online friends and all the friends that I will inevitably meet. All that to say, I guess a lot of time can be dedicated to an online life, and I don't think that's a waste of time, contrary to what probably a lot of adults would say. I think that it is still a legitimate life as long as you are doing something that A, makes you happy, and B, makes you feel like you're contributing to the world, because I think that's something that we need as humans. But mostly the happy thing. I do think that if you are happy, people shouldn't really be able to criticize you for the way you're living your life, as long as you're not hurting other people. I kind of feel like I went off topic there, so let's move on to topic 3. Topic 3 being The Quiet Place. I really hope you all clicked Jeff's link from yesterday. I really liked it, it made me smile, and it was very relaxing, so thanks for that. It made me think of another link that I had seen, which is donothingfor2minutes.com, which is a similar idea in that it forces you to, well, do nothing for 2 minutes while still sitting at your computer, and I think that's a really interesting challenge. The idea that it brings up of taking a break from things is something that I definitely try and do more consciously now. I will set aside time and turn off my computer and have what I call an analog afternoon where I'll read a book or write a letter or sit and listen to music and make cranes, and I think it's a really valuable thing that maybe not a lot of us do enough. In fact, a friend of mine wrote a blog post the other day, and in the comments a friend of hers was saying that, you know, he was kind of sick of the internet and he would just like to turn it off, and I definitely identify with that sometimes. You can get really totally overwhelmed by it, but it's just sad the only way you and I and, you know, everyone else that is watching me now, the only way that we have to interact is through the internet, and it's tough. But just as you wouldn't spend every waking hour with any of your 3D friends, I guess it's probably good not to spend every waking hour with your internet friends. And finally, I just wanted to highlight one comment from Jeff's video yesterday that really caught my eye. It was by username MDSQ36, I believe. And they asked, is the information age preventing us from learning to engage in long reflective thought? It's definitely something I've thought about, and something that I've even noticed when I watch movies. Sometimes I have less patience for the long form narrative. Same with books, it has to be, you know, more captivating, and it's scary. I think the only solution to this is if we don't want to lose our ability to reflect, you know, in long form, we need to do that consciously. And maybe these things will go away in the short term, but I kind of doubt they'll go away in the long term, because I think that as humans, we need something a little bit more profound. And now I expect that this is really, really long, so I'm gonna go and do other stuff and hang out with people, and I will see you again tomorrow with my challenge, and the next time I talk to you, I will be at university, which is interesting and exciting and scary. So, Yes, see you again tomorrow. Bye.